As the sun begins to rise over the horizon, its golden rays gently spill across the calm, endless expanse of the Andaman Sea. The boat that brought me here has already disappeared into the distance, leaving nothing but the rhythmic sound of waves and the soft calls of distant seabirds. I stand barefoot on the powdery sand, feeling the cool morning breeze on my skin and the subtle warmth of the sun as it climbs higher. All around me, the world is quiet, untouched, and breathtakingly beautiful. For the next 3 days, this remote, nameless island in southern Thailand will be my home, my sanctuary for a journey of solitude, simplicity, and self-discovery, far from the digital world. There is no phone signal here, no Wi-Fi, no notifications, no buzzing reminders pulling me away from the present moment. Just the soothing lull of the ocean, the whisper of the wind through the palm fronds, and the gentle hum of life thriving in the jungle beyond. I take a deep breath and let the peace of this place wash over me, feeling the weight of the outside world begin to slip away. The island itself is a vision of paradise. Clear blue water laps at the shore, sparkling with every movement. The beach stretches in both directions, empty and inviting, bordered by a wild, tangled jungle that seems to hold endless secrets. Towering coconut trees sway above, their leaves casting dappled shadows on the sand. The air is rich with the scent of salt, earth, and the faint sweetness of tropical blooms. It feels as though time has slowed, or perhaps even stopped altogether. My first task is to find a place to build my shelter, a spot that offers both protection from the elements and a view of the ocean. I wander along the beach, the soft sand cool beneath my feet, until I find a small clearing just beyond the tree line. Here, the jungle provides a natural barrier from the wind, and the canopy offers shelter from the midday sun. I set down my backpack and begin to gather materials: fallen branches, broad palm leaves, and lengths of driftwood washed ashore by the tides. Building a shelter with my own hands is a slow, meditative process. Each movement is deliberate and purposeful. I tie together sturdy branches to form a simple frame, then weave palm leaves across the top, layering them thickly to keep out the rain. The sound of my work blends with the natural symphony around me: the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a hornbill, the gentle splash of waves. There is something deeply satisfying about creating a space for myself here, using only what the island provides. As the sun climbs higher, I take a break to explore the shoreline. The water is impossibly clear, revealing a world of life beneath the surface: darting fish, curious crabs, and delicate coral. I wade in, feeling the coolness wrap around my legs, and let myself float for a moment, weightless and free. With no phone to check, no messages to answer, I am fully present, savoring the sensation of sun and sea on my skin. Later, I turn my attention to gathering food. The island is rich with coconuts, their green shells hanging in clusters high above. I use a fallen branch to knock a few down, then carefully split one open with my knife. The water inside is sweet and refreshing, a gift from the island itself. I scoop out the tender flesh and eat slowly, letting the simple flavors remind me of how little I truly need. For dinner, I try my hand at fishing. I fashion a simple line from twine and a hook, then wade into the shallows where small fish dart among the rocks. It takes patience, more than I expected. But as I stand there, listening to the gentle lap of waves and watching the shifting colors of the sea, I begin to appreciate the slow rhythm of this place. Eventually, I catch a small fish, enough for a modest meal. I gather driftwood and dried leaves to build a fire, striking a spark and coaxing the flames to life. The crackle of burning wood and the scent of smoke fill the air as I cook my catch, savoring the warmth and the sense of accomplishment. As dusk falls, the sky transforms into a canvas of colors: pinks, oranges, and deep purples melting together above the horizon. I sit by my fire, watching the sun sink into the sea, and feel a profound sense of peace. There is no rush here, no pressure to do anything but simply be. The natural world moves at its own pace, and I'm learning slowly to move with it. Night on the island is a world of its own. The jungle comes alive with the sounds of insects and nocturnal creatures, their calls weaving into a delicate tapestry of sound. The stars above are brighter than I have ever seen, scattered across the sky in dazzling patterns. I lie in my shelter, listening to the rhythmic crash of waves and the gentle rustle of leaves, and let sleep find me naturally, unhurried and deep. When morning comes, I wake to the soft glow of dawn filtering through the palm leaves. The air is cool and fresh, filled with the promise of a new day. I stretch, feeling the gentle ache of muscles used in unfamiliar ways, and step out onto the sand to greet the rising sun. The world feels new, untouched, and full of possibility. With no distractions, my mind begins to quiet. The endless chatter of thoughts and worries fades, replaced by a calm, steady awareness of the present. I notice the smallest details, the pattern of light on the water, the intricate structure of a seashell, the way the breeze carries the scent of the ocean. I find joy in simple tasks, gathering firewood, collecting rainwater, watching hermit crabs scuttle across the sand. Throughout the day, I move between work and rest, guided by the rhythms of the island. I climb a coconut tree, feeling the rough bark beneath my hands and the thrill of reaching new heights. I walk the length of the beach, my footprints the only ones in the sand, and marvel at the beauty of this untouched place. I swim in the clear blue water, letting the currents carry me, and feel a deep sense of connection to the world around me. There are moments of challenge too, times when the sun beats down relentlessly, or when a sudden rainstorm sweeps across the island, drenching everything in minutes. But even these moments feel cleansing, a reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. I learn to adapt, to find shelter and comfort in the simplest ways. As the second day draws to a close, I sit on a fallen log and watch the sunset once more. The sky is a masterpiece of color, reflected in the calm waters below. I think about all the moments I would have missed if I had been distracted by a screen. Each fleeting beauty, each quiet revelation. Here, without the constant pull of technology, I'm able to truly see, to truly feel. In the quiet of the evening, I reflect on the lessons of solitude. At first, the absence of connection felt strange, even unsettling, but as the hours passed, I began to rediscover the joy of my own company. There is a freedom in being alone, a chance to listen to my thoughts, to understand myself in a deeper way. I realize how much of my life has been spent in a state of constant distraction, always reaching for the next notification, the next update. Here, there is only the present moment, and it is more than enough. On my final day, I wake before dawn and climb a rocky outcrop at the edge of the island. From this vantage point, the world stretches out in every direction, endless sea, dense jungle, and the soft curve of the beach below. The first light of morning paints everything in shades of gold and blue. I sit in silence, letting the beauty of this place fill me. I spend the day savoring every moment, knowing that soon I will return to the noise and rush of the modern world. I swim one last time in the clear water, feeling the cool embrace of the sea. I walk the length of the beach, collecting a few small shells as mementos. I sit beneath a coconut tree and listen to the wind, the waves, and the distant calls of birds. As the sun begins to set on my final evening, I build one last fire and watch as the sky transforms once more. The colors are even more vivid tonight, as if the island is bidding me farewell. I think about everything I have learned in these 3 days, the peace that comes from simplicity, the joy of being present, the strength that comes from solitude. I realize that digital detox is more than just turning off a phone or stepping away from the internet. It is a return to the essentials, a chance to reconnect with the world in its purest form. It is about finding beauty in the small things, the feel of sand between my toes, the taste of fresh coconut, the warmth of the sun on my skin. It is about remembering that I am a part of nature, not separate from it. As darkness falls, I lie in my shelter and listen to the sounds of the island one last time. The waves, the wind, the distant calls of night creatures, all of it a lullaby, a reminder of the peace that can be found in stillness. I feel grateful for this experience, for the chance to step away from the noise and rediscover the quiet joy of simply being alive. When the boat arrives the next morning, I pack my few belongings and take one last look at the island. The sun is rising, casting a golden glow over the water. I feel a sense of sadness at leaving, but also a deep sense of gratitude. I know that I will carry the lessons of these days with me, long after I return to the world of screens and schedules. As the island fades into the distance, I close my eyes and breathe deeply, holding on to the peace and simplicity I found here. I remind myself that even in the midst of a busy life, I can always return to this feeling, to the quiet, to the beauty, to the sense of connection with the world around me. And so, as I journey back to civilization, I carry with me the memory of 3 days alone on a remote Thai island, 3 days of survival, simplicity, and profound peace. I'm reminded that sometimes the greatest adventure is not in exploring new places, but in rediscovering ourselves, one quiet moment at a time.